one of my specific questions to you is that you've come out with this fact-finding report. But where do you see this report where do you see the conclusion for this report? Where do you see this? Do you think that this report is something that should lead to police administration, those in government taking notice of it? What is your expectation when you put out this fact-finding report?
The facts that we have put out are being put out to the public. This includes the government. We sincerely hope that the central government and especially the UP government will take note of what we have told them in case they did not know that already. We really hope that judiciary, NHRC, state human rights commissions will take note of it. We sincerely hope that the media will take note of it because their capacity is infinitely more than ours to bring the truth out. And we hope that in the last instance, the public will take note of it. Do we need this kind of republic? This is what we are going ahead with? And if this is for Muslims today, tomorrow it can be your turn, it can be my turn.
In your experience of when you were going through UP, what was the one thing that struck you the most that you weren't expecting to have taken place in a country like India, but yet it did?
What struck me most was the sheer enmity of the police force, as if they are dealing with foreigners. These are our citizens. They can make some mistake. It's all right. They have to be brought to right course. But you cannot treat your own citizens as enemies. How can you take a child, 14-year-old, put them to this kind of torture? How can you refuse to allow the mother to see the dead body of their own child? How can you refuse that injured should not be treated by hospital? Even in wards, you do not do this with an enemy. This is not allowed under Geneva Convention. How can we do that to our own citizens? That hurts.
Right. Do you think what we saw in UP, the police action in UP, will have an adverse impact on the nationwide protests that we are seeing? Do you think it will encourage, or do you think it will create an atmosphere of fear where the protests might lose some steam now?
I look at the possible impact on the protest, but I also look at the long term. To the protesters, yes, it would instill some fear. Yes, some of them might withdraw. Some of them might get even more agitated and flare up. But forget today. Just think of 20 years from now. Think of the children who have seen this, who have seen police entering their home, taking things away. How would that child grow up in this republic for the next 20 years? Just imagine young people who are listening to these news. How would they relate to this country? That is what worries me. We are sowing seeds of poison. This is what 1984 did for our country. This is what 2002 did for our country. And I don't want this to be repeated today.